is Bill Moseley. I'm in the geography department here at Macalester. I'm a human environment geographer. I work mostly in West and Southern Africa, and a lot of my research has to do with kind of the nexus of environment, development, agriculture, and food security. And I initially started working in Africa 25 years ago as a Peace Corps volunteer. Just fell in love with the place and was fascinated by the way local people were practicing alternative agriculture. And I think it's important to understand these systems because they're kind of an important counterexample to the way agriculture is practiced in other parts of the world. So if I were to give advice on one thing that we could do here in the US to improve the global environmental situation, it would be first to become aware of how kind of phenomenally consumptive we are as a society. We've designed agricultural systems, cities, transportation networks, which even if you put your mind to it, you couldn't come up with a better way to use more energy. So I think it's becoming aware of that and becoming aware of alternatives. I think I find hope in the fact that today younger people are driving less than their predecessors were. They're very interested in alternative agriculture and are pushing new systems of agriculture in the United States. And they're beginning to think differently about kind of city and urban planning and designing spaces that are more conducive to walking, using public transportation. Finally, for me, Earth Day I think has a little bit of a different significance than it does for most Americans. And I think of Earth Day as kind of the apex of the modern environmental movement in the US and the global north, kind of a culmination of this rising consciousness in the 60s and 70s. And for me, it wasn't just about environmentalism, it was about a recognition that kind of the modernist euphoria after World War II, that we could only get better, that progress was inevitable, that there was actually a lot of problems with that there was kind of a dirty side to modernization. And if you take that kind of rising consciousness and combine it with kind of political decolonization in the global south, and particularly in Africa where I work, you bring those two things together, and I think increasingly beginning in the 1960s moving forward, Africans in collaboration with partners in the global north are kind of challenging conventional development, which for things I work on, agriculture, was really pushing kind of a green revolution, chemical intensive, high uses of fertilizers to produce more crops, and kind of turning that around and recognizing the importance of local knowledge, the ingenuity of Africans, and the way that they were designing agroecological systems which were really a lot more sustainable. So that, for me, is the import of Earth Day. Thank you.